everyone, welcome to my channel Biology All-in-One. If you are watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe and ring the bell icon. Thank you. Today we are discussing 6th class CBSE first unit, food, where does it come from? In this topic we have already discussed a few topics I have already covered. If you are not watched it, you just have a look of that video in the playlist of 6th CBSE. Thank you. See, here we have already discussed the source of food topic. In that we have covered the three main components, three main resources of the foods. Means three main sources of the food we have already discussed. Now let us see fruits. Fruits are having minerals, proteins, and even carbohydrates. See, the fruits are having different kinds of the components. We need different kinds of the fruits in our day-to-day life. Actually, we have a proverb called as, if eat an apple, keep doctor away. Eat an apple a day, keep doctor away. That is the proverb. Means, if you eat such fruit, what will happen? You will not get any kinds of the diseases. That is the reason the proverb has come. See, here we have different kinds of the fruits with different kinds of the names, and we have different kinds of the components are present in that. Macronutrients are present as well as the micronutrients are present. See, the macronutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, lipids are present. And the micronutrients like minerals, different kinds of the vitamins are present. To get enriched with minerals and fats and proteins, all these components, if we need that, we have to eat only the fruits. So these fruits, I'll give the examples of the fruits. These fruits are very essential and we get the source from the plants. Examples of the fruits, we have many different kinds of the fruits. Banana, next sapodilla, guava. Like this, different kinds of the fruits are present on this earth. And we will obtain the food from the plants in the form of sugars also. We are getting the sugars from the fruits as well as the sugar cane. Sugar cane is the plant. We are obtaining the sugar from the sugar cane only. See, the sugar is very essential component. You cannot have the food without the sugar sometimes. Right? Sweet foods are very liked. Means most of the people like sweets. We are obtaining the sweets from the sugars only. Here, next, if you observe these sugars, these are rich with the carbohydrates and these are rich with the different kinds of the glucose. Yes or no? Fructose. Okay, fructose is the sugar which is present in this. See, fructose, glucose, lactose, like this. Here, from the sugars, we will get the fructose sugar. See, here we are knowing enough about teas and coffee. See, if you observe the tea is the leaf part of the plant. Yes, leaf part of the plant is tea. Why we are calling it as leaf part of the plant? Because we are obtaining this tea only from the leaf region. Yes or no? Dry leaves. Dry leaves got powdered into the tea powder. That kind of the leaves are known as tea leaves. Okay. Next, we are obtaining the coffee from the plants only. How we are obtaining the coffee from the plants? We are obtaining the seed part from the seed part of the plant. Right? We call coffee beans. Right? The seed part of the plant is known as coffee. This coffee is very essential nowadays. Right? Coffee and tea is savoring by each and every person who are there on this earth. Right? If the children are there, if they are not not suggested to take the tea and coffee, but if they become elders, it's become our, habituation. It's become a habit for everyone in their day-to-day life. So, if you observe these two also from the plants only, even spices. Nowadays, we have refrigerators to store the different kinds of the food material. But before of the refrigerator's invention, we used it to store the food material by adding the spices only. We have different kinds of the spices. The spices gives the flavor to the food, right? If your mother is cooking the biryani, that flavor, that aroma reach even to the street which is just besides your house. How it is happening? That is from the spices only. Because of the spices only, the aroma starts forming over there, right? See, the spices takes a major role. Spices takes the major role in the preparation of the food, right? We have different kinds of the spices, and they have different tastes one to another. Ilachi, clove, cardamom, cinnamon. Like this, different kinds of the spices are present, which gives different kinds of the taste to the food. By adding all the spices, our biryani become very spice and very tasty and delicious. Not only the biryani, if you want to add these spices to any other food material which wants to eat in the form which we wants to eat in the form of spicy, that foods are generally by adding these spices only will get the spice taste. Understand? See, cardamom, cinnamon and clove, all these are just generally from the spices only. Okay, got it. These are the components we generally obtained from the plants. Now let us know about the animals as a source of food. We even obtaining the food from the plants as well as the animals. Alright? We are obtaining the food from the plants as well as the animals. If you observe the food from the animals, source of animals as a source of food, in that we are going to understand that how we are obtaining the food from the animals. Right. We are obtaining the food from the animals in a very clear manner. The first one is milk. We are obtaining the milk from the animals, right? Every day we are having milk. Milk is a very protein food, protein rich food. Not only the protein, it is also having the fats, right? The protein rich food is milk. We are obtaining the milk from the animals known as cow, buffalo and different kinds of the animals. Right? See, and we are also obtaining meat. Meat from the animals. We are taking the goat meat. We are having the goat meat and we are taking henna and different kinds of the birds few people will eat and few people even eat the cow, and we are obtaining the food as a meat from different kinds of the animals. Alright? Even we are obtaining the honey. Honey from the honeybees. If you observe the honeybees colony, honey hive or honeycomb, we call that honey hive or honey comb. It is the honeybees collects the nectar from the flowers. That nectar will be stored in the honey hive. What we are doing, we are extracting that honey and we are using that honey for many different purposes, right? Honey is the sweetest food that which was given by the animals, like honeybees. The process of collecting the honey from the honeycomb, we have different kinds of the technique. Rearing of the honeys for the production of the rearing of the honeybees for the production of the honey is known as apiculture. Apiculture is the process of rearing of the honeybees for the production of honey. Rearing of the honeybees for the production of honey is known as apiculture. And next, if you observe here, pisciculture. Pisciculture. Actually, the organisms rearing of the fishes is known as pisciculture. Here, the organisms we even obtaining the food from the animals which are living in the water, aquatic animals. We are obtaining the food even from the aquatic animals. Aquatic animals are differentiated into two types depends on the living nature, marine and freshwater animals. Freshwater and marine water. Means the freshwater is nothing but ponds, lakes, rivers are common to this. Marine water means mostly sea water. Right? Pisciculture means rearing of the fishes in the ponds, fish ponds. If you visit Andhra region, there we observe different kinds of the fish ponds. That nature, the rearing of the fishes is known as pisciculture. That pisciculture is followed by most of the coastal area people. Okay, see here the marine water ecosystem and the freshwater ecosystem is there. In the marine water fishes are living and even in the freshwater fishes are living. So we are obtaining the food even from the water, aquatic animals. That food is nothing but fishes. Not only the fishes will eat even crabs, and we are obtaining different kinds of the food material even from the aquatic animals. See, through the process of apiculture also we are getting the food, and through the process of meat, excuse me, obtaining the meat also we are getting the food, and even we are getting the food from the poultry farming. Do you know what is poultry farming? Rearing of the hen for the production of eggs and meat. Actually, in the poultry farming, we have two different types of hens. They are broilers and layers. See, broilers and layers. Layers lays the eggs. Broilers are helpful for the production of meat. Meat production, laying of eggs. Understand? Here we are understanding that poultry farming, from the poultry farming also we are obtaining the food. From the milk, as a milk production also, for the milk production also we are using the animals. Means we depends on the animals even for the milk. We depends on the animal for the meat. We depends on animal for the honey. We depends on animals for the fish meat, means fish meat, and we depends on animal even for the poultry, means eggs. See, egg is the protein rich food, as we know. Chicken is also the protein rich food. That protein rich food we are obtaining from the poultry farming. Understand? See, in many ways we are obtaining the food even from the animals. That rearing of honeybees for the production of honey is known as apiculture. Rearing of the fishes for the production of fish meat is known as pisciculture. See, rearing of the hens for the production of eggs and meat is known as poultry farming. Here, this rearing of the animals for the production of milk and meat is known as animal husbandry. Understand? See, we are having different kinds of the products, different kinds of the food materials on this earth. We are obtaining the food even from the plants as well as even from the animals. Understand? See, in the next class, we are going to discuss that in which area, why the areas are different, why the people food habits are different between one to another area. We'll discuss. With that, we'll conclude this lesson. Thank you for listening. If you are not subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe and ring the bell icon. Thank you.